Hello everyone, I'm Michael Buffington, and this is Technical Earth Syndicate Episode 4. How you guys doing?
Not bad.
Alright, we got Chris and Alan with us, as usual. We promise we'll probably get another guest on, maybe later on this month, hopefully. I got a couple people lined up, so we'll figure it out. Today's show is going to be Sonic Screwdriver, Asteroid Miners, DOTA 2, we're going to discuss a little bit of that, recent news on that. The Diablo 3 open beta that was recently, and some game reviews, and you name it. We'll see what we can fit in.
Yeah, I think a lot of the Doctor Who fans are going to be pretty excited about this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I know Alan knows the most about it so far. So
It's pretty cool. It's pretty simple. Some Dundee University somewhere, some people there devised a sonic screwdriver, like Doctor Who's iconic weapon / tricorder thing. And it's not really a true sonic screwdriver because all they really do is turn discs that are suspended in water and manipulate them using sound waves. But it's still kind of cool. I mean, it's a level of sophistication and skill that they haven't shown in usage of sonic waves. So
now I've never really watched Doctor Who all the way through. I watched the first, I watched some of it, some of the older ones. I know there's different series of Doctor Who, whatever, but like, what does the screwdriver do in the actual show?
You've seen Star Trek. Everybody's seen Star Trek. It's both a tricorder and it's a item that manipulates things. It's not a weapon. I mean, he uses it to unlock doors and fix computers and things like that, but he can also use it to sense transmissions and things. And no one else, I don't understand how it really works sometimes because it's just this magical item that works. He'll push the button and hold it up to his ear and goes, oh, there's a signal. And you're like, it just made a beeping sound. What are you talking about?
So in Scotland, what did they really accomplish with this? I mean, so far.
They manipulating discs in water. They put some disc in water, stuck the thing in it, and made the disc move.
Yeah, he uses ultrasound technology from what I've been reading about it.
Well, yeah, ultrasound is just sonic sound. Yeah, sonic.
Yeah.
Wow, that's actually pretty fascinating.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I mean, it shows that it proves theories that have been in place that, sound is just a pressure wave and all this kind of stuff. But no one's really done this type of thing before. So it's really cool they did it. But I don't know how far it's going to take that technology. I don't know if soon we'll be having little vibrating things in our hand that can move things across the room. I don't know.
If anything, it's just cool news for
Doctor Who
fans, maybe.
Yeah.
I know I got a few friends that are pretty big Doctor Who fans.
Yeah.
Maybe they might be interested in the article.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the new stuff, but I mean, except for this new Matt Smith guy, don't get me started on him. I don't like him.
Yeah. Now we saw this article on Gizmodo earlier this week, so.
Yep, and I believe it was on Techland too, but don't quote me.
Yeah.
So,
it's probably everywhere, but everyone pulls articles from whatever. But.
Of course.
Awesome.
More science news.
More science news, yes. This one, actually, I was pretty excited about. I don't know completely. Alan will give us pretty much the rundown, but apparently Asteroid Miners have, been stated. Alan, go ahead and...
Yeah, some very well-known names have started a company that is going to mine asteroids, near-Earth asteroids. We're not talking about going all the way out to the asteroid belt, but it's between us and Mars, I believe. But they are talking about now mining near-Earth asteroids. And they got notable names like James Cameron as backers, Google billionaires Peter Diamandis and Eric Anderson.
Oh, wow.
And, I mean, they've got, I think, 50 billion last I read, 50 billion in backing.
It's funny that James Cameron's on it.
Well, yeah. Well, he's a big explorer. He went down to the bottom of the ocean a little while back.
Well, didn't he do something with a 3D screen for the Mars, or was talking about doing something for the Moon rover or Mars rover or something like that?
I don't know. I just know that
he was saying he wanted to put like a 3D technology on one of those so he could do this, like one of his movies in, like show the Mars or the moon in 3D or something weird. I don't know. He was talking about doing that last year.
Yeah, so. I want to see the Mars in 3D.
But hey, the space miner thing could be beneficial. Now, judging how they're going to do this is the question. Really.
Yeah, well, they say they're going to do it in phases. They say 24 months, which is 2 years to most of us, that they will have space prospectors, basically telescopes and stuff like that in outer space, looking at these asteroids, figuring out which one is the most beneficial to harvest, this, that, and the other. And then after that, 2 or 3 years after that, is when they expect to actually have miners up there. In between that time, they'll actually send out little things out there that's going to go pick apart the asteroid and look and see what's actually there physically. So,
yeah, they already have some asteroids that are actually pretty close by to Earth that are just kind of orbiting out there that they're already looking at. And then there's the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter.
Right.
So
yeah,
a lot of choices.
Yeah, 9,000 I think is the near Earth asteroids, and there's like 1,500 that are pretty much the same distance from us to the moon. Right. So, I mean, if we get to the moon, we can get to this other asteroid. And, I mean, if you think about it, there's no real laws in space. I mean, at least there's a lot less than there is on Earth. There's going to be no noise complaints. You can blow things up as much as you want.
Yeah. The only thing I could see having problems with, though, is that, what was it, the space treaty that they had in the 60s, where you can't really claim stuff for your own country, like that sort of thing, like planets or what have you.
Yeah, well, it doesn't really talk about non-governmental entities, except for to say that non-governmental agencies are still under the laws of their government. So the U.S. if Congress decided to pass a law that said they have to give 20% of all their gross earnings to the U.S. government because they're in space, then they would have to follow that law. But they would. But they're still allowed to go mine all they want as long as they don't damage other countries' property. They just can't go to the moon and say, I claim the moon for Earth.
Right.
So.
Oh, wow.
But still.
I'm wondering if they could just rewrite the treaty whenever something big happens, maybe.
Or they could do addendums. I mean, they did an addendum for at one point because.
I mean, that was in 1967, right? So, I mean, this is 2012, and what they're talking about will happen, in 2020 onward or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be in the next couple of months. We're going to be mining, asteroids.
Right. It was a pretty big announcement, though. I mean, hopefully it goes through, and hopefully the funding gets better, and we can do this.
They're talking about water and all kinds of other mineral. They're talking about mining water from asteroids, which they can then turn into fuel to power their things without having to come all the way back to Earth to get more fuel.
Right. So they're talking about doing that with the moon as well, since the majority of the moon is made up of water as well, believe it or not. There's a fine layer of water underneath it because, from what scientists say, that the moon is a piece of the Earth. It once was a very, very long time ago. So.
Yeah. They just really need to be careful bringing back, really valuable metals like gold and platinum and stuff, because the reason they're worth so much now is because they're so rare. So if they bring back an asteroid full of platinum, it's gonna kind of mess with the market prices a lot.
We could find another fuel source though that's completely different, something that has no name, some mineral that has no name.
Unobtainium.
Unobtainium. I mean, it's possible. Kind of unlikely because the way the periodic table works, they pretty much can say there's going to be another mineral there. Don't know what it is, but it's going to be there.
Right.
So it's not necessarily undiscovered. It's just they don't really know its properties except for it's going to be there. Because the periodic table describes, number of neutrons and protons and things like that. So.
Right. Wow. Yeah, this is going to be pretty amazing, especially if big names on board and everything like that. And it seems kind of ridiculous. We got directors and stuff like that and actors on it.
Well, they're just giving the money to it. There's actually a lot of NASA notables too that they didn't name, but they said there was a lot of other NASA people that have come over to it.
Well, this is great since NASA's got the crap cut out of them. Their budget's gone to hell. I mean, hopefully we'll get more updates on what's going on.
This is a company to watch because if they do it, then it's going to be a booming exploration of space. Because our biggest exploration here on Earth, our biggest exploration time periods have all been funded by spice trade and gold and other resources. Except for the Spanish, they were looking for the Fountain of Youth. but except for them, everybody else was looking for money, pretty much. So,
yeah, we can definitely use it now.
Well, if all these private companies funding space travel and everything, because NASA's out of the picture right now, they're not going to be up and running until I think they said 2020. But I mean, that's some cool news, and I mean, who knows? We got all these private companies that they're planning on releasing commercial space flight, and this could be the stepping stones we need to not get off this Earth, but advance ourselves to where we want to be. What we watched on TV when we were kids, or as adults now. I mean, I want our lives to be like Mass Effect.
I just want to be Captain Kirk. I'm sorry.
Minus the Reapers, of course.
Yeah, minus the Reapers. I do not want to die.
But no, it'll be good because a lot of people are worried about we're draining our resources on Earth, so get them from somewhere else so we don't hollow out our planet.
Right.
That, and we can make the hippies all happy. They'll complain something about the endangered asteroid rat or something. I don't know.
Save the endangered asteroid rat, man. How'd you even get up here? I thought you guys didn't believe in space travel. We don't, man. We got here because we're high.
Space hippies.
Man. Space hippies. The next plague. Oh man, that's funny. All right, well, Chris actually wanted to clear up something because our last podcast we were talking about Tim Cook's visiting Valve, and apparently we found out that was false. Gabe Newell, told us, but Chris knows a little bit more.
Yeah, they actually, Gabe Newell actually had an interview and pretty much confirmed that nobody met with Tim Cook at all. He was on a podcast recently. I got it in front of me. It says nobody here was meeting with Tim Cook or with anybody at Apple that day. I wish we were. We have a long list of things we'd love to see Apple do to support games and gaming better, but no, we did not meet with Tim Cook. So it seems like it's pretty false.
Apparently, we thought we had a picture, but I guess we didn't. Yeah, I don't know what that was, but who knows? Valve is very hush-hush about everything, and so is Apple. So, either way, they're going to, tell us the opposite. Like, no, that didn't happen. But it's looking more and more like it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Who knows? Media blows it out of proportion sometimes, and that's what we kind of got all these rumors. And like I said in the last show, I mean, don't go by rumors. And I hate how some of these, other networks or websites or whatever are going off of that, most of the time. I mean, that's what they get their news from. I mean, we kind of do that as well. So.
Well, because you always hope that one little interesting rumor becomes a great golden gem.
I mean, I was excited when I heard about it, not going to lie.
Yeah, I wanted it.
And hopefully maybe something is worked out on it, but who knows? And we won't know until they officially come out with something. Maybe, like Chris said in the last show, E3 might show us a little bit more. Yeah. And hopefully they'll give us a little rundown of Half-Life 3, maybe? I don't know.
Ricochet 2. No, yeah, it's
Ricochet 2.
It
is Ricochet 2. Did you read that discussion? Or it was on a podcast as well, Chris.
Yeah, it's on the 7-day cooldown podcast, and they go into the Ricochet 2 quote marks.
Quote unquote Ricochet 2.
And he talks about the alleged Tim Cook meeting, and he also goes into another topic we're about to get into in a few minutes here.
Right.
With, what was it, DOTA 2, or Defense of the Agents?
Whatever.
Yeah. Well, from what I'm seeing with this, they're making it free to play, but with a twist, is what he's saying.
I think this is him just playing around.
It could be. It could very well be. But I listened to the podcast last night, and when I first read about it, it seemed like it was going to be like, people who are cool in the game, you're not trolling people and using glitches and stuff, then you'll get to play for free. But those other people, the trolls and cheaters and stuff, they're going to have to pay for whatever.
See, I don't think that's going to work, and it seems like a cool idea on paper, but more or less I think what's going to end up happening, like the other games do, they're going to treat the players that treat everybody and aren't hacking or glitching or whatever, they're going to treat those people and give them stuff.
Yeah, and after I listened to the podcast, it seemed more like they were going to go in that direction.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I played it the other day, and it was my second game, and I still didn't know what I was doing, because it was like a new character. You can pick a new hero every time and stuff. And of course, there was somebody on there. Is this your first game? You suck. Nah. It's like, come on, dude. I don't understand.
Yeah, people we just all got into that beta. Well, I've been in it a while. I haven't really been playing it, and I had Valve gave me a couple passes for my friends, a couple of the tickets, and I gave it to Chris and Alan to play, so I figured we can kind of play it. But it seems pretty fun. It's just like there's a lot of griefing on the game from what I played too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, people just mean. I just don't understand it.
Maybe Gabe really knows what he's talking about. Maybe he does want to do something like this, but I think giving players, stuff in exchange for good behavior is good, but, griefing the bad behavior ones would be good if you gave them, like, bad ratings and not to play with these people or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think they should be denied a free game, because everyone has different play styles. Some people are aggressive. Some people are extra friendly. Some people just don't know how to play the game like us.
Yeah.
Something I would like to see is, like, what they did with, I believe... was it Marvel vs. Capcom 3, where if you rage quit a whole bunch, then you would get lumped into a group with only a bunch of rage quitters? Yeah. Something like that would be pretty cool.
I had no idea that was an option.
Yeah.
So no wonder. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Yeah, they actually kind of messed up a little bit on that, though, I think, because every once in a while, your connection will crap out, and then it'll still say, hey, you shouldn't be rage quitting like this, or you're gonna get grouped into the rage quitter group.
Oh wow.
So if you have a bad connection, try not to play too much, I guess. Or get a better one.
That would be cool. Well, hopefully we hear a little bit more. I'm not as excited about this as most people, and
it's a
DOTA
pretty hard game. I'm pretty terrible at it.
It's fun, and if you're an old school fan of the mod that was on Warcraft 3, it's great. It's awesome.
It's pretty much a spiritual successor. It does everything it did plus more. So,
and the politics of that is, it's hit or miss. I really haven't heard too much more about. There was supposed to be a lawsuit from Activision to Valve, but I haven't heard anything more about it. I think it's just kind of written on paper and waiting for a trial or something like that.
I don't think that's going to go anywhere, because that wasn't an official Blizzard mod or anything. That was a fan-made thing. So I don't think it's going to go anywhere.
What Alan said to me was really funny. He's like, actually mod support on that game back in the day was, technically illegal, you weren't supposed to do it.
Yeah, depending on what type of mod it was. If you just made a map, it's one thing. If you actually modded it, that's a totally different thing.
And a lot of game companies did that back in the day, but now more game companies on PC, only PC, has the game open for everyone to kind of mod it and stuff like that. And they don't really get it bent out of shape as much, but it was, we'll see. Speaking of Activision and Blizzard, we all played the Diablo 3 beta. Oh, it was an open beta this past weekend.
Oh, man.
It was so awesome. And we can talk about it now since it was an open beta. I didn't get invited to closed beta, which I'm a little depressed I'm not playing it right now. I'd be on it right now, not doing this podcast, playing Diablo.
Now, Mike, you haven't played any Diablo games since the first one, and I know just the other day you started playing Diablo 2, I guess. So
yeah, I only played Diablo 1 back in the day, and that was a long time ago, very long time ago.
So from what little you have played of Diablo 2, what do you think has improved from 2 to 3?
Party system. Alan and I just played a little bit of the party system today, but it was kind of cool. On Diablo 2, that I like a little bit better is you can resume your quests that you're doing, like on a server, like you're playing WoW or something.
Yeah. It's not based on the leader.
Right, and on Diablo 3, it's based on the leader, which it's still cool, and that makes a good co-op experience, but so far from what I've played on the Diablo 3 beta, it's not as open yet like Diablo 2 is. And I'm on Act 2 on Diablo. I'm in the desert, so I'm kind of, going through it, and I feel really horrible about never playing this game before. I've
been trying to get you into it, but you're like, no, I don't feel like getting it.
Yeah, Yeah, I can't really argue. I was arguing about price for a while because they were charging $40 for an old game. So right now they have 5 classes, and it's Witch Doctor, Barbarian, which they brought back.
Mm-hmm.
What else? The
Demon Hunter,
Monk and Demon Hunter, and Wizard.
Yes.
And that's all that's available right now. I haven't heard anything more. I think that's what they're going to stick by. So I played all the classes. I beat was it the Skeleton King or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what it was, Skeleton King. Lorik, right? Something.
Yeah, they brought him back from... Was he in the second game or the first one?
I'm not sure.
He was the boss in the first one, wasn't he?
I think the first, yeah.
Yeah. That was pretty cool. They brought him back. I'm pretty excited to see what other, bosses they brought back from the old games, if at all.
The cool thing is, on Diablo 2, from what I've played, I don't know if you go back to Tristan, but you do go back to Tristan... what was it? Tristan?
Tristram?
Tristram. There we go, sorry. You go back there in Diablo 2 at the beginning, and you have to rescue Cain. I'll try not to spoil too much, but, whatever. It's almost a 12-year-old game. And... And in the third one, you go back there, but it's fully built back, and it's pretty cool. It's like you get old Tristram and new, and you go down to the old cathedral and all that from 1, and you kind of truck your way through, and it's really cool with the co-op play of that game. Mm-hmm. You can do drop-in, like we were talking about on, I think, a podcast 2 or something. We love the idea of just drop-in play co-op,
Yep.
Like, Chris and Alan were just able to drop into my game whenever they felt like and play with me, which was awesome. And using the Blizzard's chat and party system, the universal one that's in between StarCraft, Diablo, and Warcraft, World of Warcraft.
Yep.
You can talk to all your friends that are playing WoW, or talk to your friends that are playing on StarCraft, or if everyone's playing Diablo, people can just join parties, and it's awesome. Mm-hmm. It's really cool.
And the combat scales too. So I mean, if you have more people in your group, the harder monsters get, so that it's never too easy.
Yeah.
But it seems like experience is distributed well.
Pretty
I mean,
evenly, yeah.
I was level 9, and Chris jumped in at level 1 or 2, and he was already level 6 by not even 15 or 20 minutes, Yep. So it kind of distributed the XP correctly, So hands down, I mean, the beta impressed the hell out of me. It impressed the hell out of me to buy it. I pre-ordered it off the site. I got 2 copies, one for my wife and I, so...
Yeah. Something I really enjoyed about it is the banners that you have now. Instead of having to waste a town portal scroll, which I guess they did away with that. They just have a town portal button now. But you have your banners. You can just click on the banner, like into the town, and it'll just warp straight to whatever character dropped that banner. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, Alan and I were playing Diablo 2, and I started it out in the desert town, and he was still at the monastery in the Act 1.
Yeah.
And I was still in the desert when I logged into his server, and I was like, oh crap, I gotta warp back to you and find you.
Yeah, it wasn't very easy to meet up. The one thing I didn't see in number 3 was identify scrolls, or even anything to identify.
Well, yeah, I think all they have right now is you right-click an item to identify it, but I think that's going to change. I'm pretty sure you're going to have somebody identify something for you for a price, or you have to buy a scroll or something. I don't know. The beta, I want to say, was a beta. It had updates. They tweaked classes, but it was such a demo of what's to come. It's not the whole game. It's just the taste of it, the beginning of Act 1, And I mean, even when you beat the beta, or beat it, that's ridiculous to say, but you do beat the beta.
Isn't that what it said at the end? You have defeated the beta?
Yeah.
You have defeated the beta.
Giant capital letters across the whole screen. It's pretty hilarious.
I was like, well, that's not cheesy. Not at all. But hands down, Blizzard, outstanding job. I mean, they got somebody that hasn't played Diablo 2 to like their game, and now I actually bought Diablo 2 in anticipation for Diablo 3, and that's cool, so they did an outstanding job on getting me excited for their game that I really didn't think was going to be fun. So and they do have an auction house, which we didn't get to really mess with, but I got to put a couple things in, but I didn't get money for it. There's a normal auction house like what you would get from WoW or whatever. And then there's supposed to be a real money one, apparently, that is going to, how do I put this? you use real money, like you put your PayPal account on there, and they were saying something. One of my buddies was telling me that they're gonna give you like 6 freebie, trying to think. The auction house has to take cuts out of your pay, right? So I post something for $6. Maybe they're going to take about 10 or 20 or 30 cents out of that when I post it. So you have to have actual money in your PayPal account that what they can pull from for that kind of stuff.
That's the way they're going to keep the server going too.
Right. That's how they're going to keep servers open. That's how they're going to maintain. Even though I don't think they really need that money, but
yeah,
I have a feeling that the way that's going to work out is, how, let's see, with PS3 you have like a PlayStation wallet kind of thing,
right?
And Battle.net has one as well, where you can put money in there to buy WoW time or whatever else on there. I think that they're probably going to put whatever money you make on the Diablo auction house straight into that Blizzard wallet, and you'll only be able to use it on.
They said they did. I believe they did confirm PayPal is going to be an option. Maybe they will do that as well because that'd be cool. I can play WoW with the money or whatever. I don't think I want to, but maybe they'll let you buy like old games or whatever.
But they don't have. Honestly, Blizzard doesn't have that many games on their BattleNet right now, and to put money in a BattleNet wallet and accrue money, it's just like giving them money. There's no sense in actually doing the money auction house if they're just going to keep all the funds.
Well, the thing is, it'd be money that
wallet.
It'd be money that you'd only be able to put towards like a WoW subscription or a
that would
mount
be
or
them
whatever
keeping
else.
all the money.
Right. They have not said that. They said you as a person will be making money off this game.
We'll see.
They said, they said if this works, they're gonna apply it to WoW as well.
Right.
And I think EVE Online did this. Like you could play the game and earn so much money and buy game time. Maybe they'll do that for WoW as well, like you're talking about. But combination with making your own money, but by them taking cuts out of it, like say you have to put $20 in your PayPal account to pay for auctions to post, and that way Blizzard is making money from you either way, even if it's 20 cents off that dollar or whatever, so. So this could be very cool. It could stimulate the economy. It could stimulate your wallets, and I'm excited about that. It depends how they're going to be fair about, or it depends on how they're going to control the auction house. Maybe you can't charge over $20 for an item,
Yeah.
Maybe they don't want someone to make like, $100 or $1 million from this like all at once, because someone's going to try to charge $500 for a sword of whatever, demonized, whatever.
Someone will pay it though.
Oh, I know.
I know,
but will.
But if they don't control that kind of auction house, it's going to turn into a chaotic place,
Yeah.
Just like it is on like WoW and any other MMO you got, people will try to price gouge you, so. But people will pay it, whatever,
Yep.
But for you to post a $500 item, maybe you have to pay almost $50 or $60, $70 in,
Yeah.
That would make sense.
That would stop it, yeah. If you have to pony up a little bit of money, and if your auction doesn't make, they still take a cut. That would be,
Yeah.
It would suck, but at the same time, it would stop people from posting insanely priced items.
But either way, Diablo 3 is awesome with the beta. Now, I hope that the game is solid all the way through. There's enough game time. From what I was hearing, it's going to keep everyone busy for a very long time, or what they kind of said, busy until the next WoW expansion. But we'll see about that. I don't play WoW anymore. I can't get back into it for some reason. I'm more excited about Guild Wars, but don't crucify me, guys.
Yeah, well, the Guild Wars beta event's going on right now, or tomorrow rather. Well, tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. It starts for anybody that pre-ordered it or were already in closed beta or something.
Yep.
So we're not involved in that. I'm depressed about that. So.
Yeah, but then again, you don't know how many more beta events are going to happen for Guild Wars 2. There's still no hard date for when it's coming out.
I just have a feeling they're going to be pushing everyone to pre-order it. So just to get into the beta, and I can wait. I can wait.
Yeah.
I waited for the Diablo. Of course, I couldn't get into the Diablo 3 beta at all. So until they opened it up. But we got some reviews and information about upcoming games coming out and whatever. Alan actually provided the list for the most part.
Yeah, there was a lot.
Start?
So first of all, we got Game of the Year edition of Arkham City. Batman
May
Arkham
29th?
City. Yep, May 29th. Including the new DLC that they're coming out with. Don't know the date on that one. The Harley Quinn's Revenge, apparently.
Is that supposed to be, like extra missions or something?
Yeah, from what I hear, it's supposed to be Robin. Yeah, you get to play Robin.
I think it's supposed to be like a combination of Batman and Robin, and like Harley Quinn is the villain, I guess, that you go up against. It's supposed to be like the last little chapter of that whole story, from what I've been reading about it.
That's cool. Oh, hey, guys, we told the future. We did. Call of Duty revealed May 1st. They're going to be revealing the new Call of Duty. Yep. Mm-hmm. It's going to be connected to Black Ops. I am partly excited about it. I saw some screenshots today, but it was of the new, what's it called? Drone that shoots, I don't know. You can look that up. No information until May 1st, whatever. If there's Call of Duty fans, stay Call of Duty fans, whatever. There's other games out there too, so. But hey, you can like whatever you want. Okay, anyways, Max Payne 3, May 15th for consoles. Mm-hmm. And this depresses me because I'm going to buy it on PC, but May 29th on PC.
Yep, 15 days later.
It's okay. Diablo 3 is going to be coming in on May 15th, and it's just going to destroy the market with everyone just buying Diablo 3. No. But May 15th, Diablo 3. May 15th, Max Payne 3. What's with the 3s? What we got any more 3s? No? Okay.
Yeah, we got some 2s.
But yeah, Max Payne's not going to be coming out on PC till the 29th on Steam. No word if it's going to be using Steam achievements or if it's going to be using Game for Windows. I'm kind of waiting on that. But the resolution and the graphics are amazing.
Yeah, that should be interesting.
That's what I saw from screenshots. They were saying that just it looks really good on PC, but we'll see. Announcement for what?
God of War. Yep,
new
spring
God of
2013. War. They plan on a new one coming out in spring 2013.
I don't think it's going to be God of War 4. I was hearing something about.
No, this one's supposed to be like another prequel.
A prequel.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Darksiders 2. What's this about, Alan?
Yeah, the Darksiders 2 slips to August. It was scheduled to come out earlier. I don't really remember the earlier date, but they slipped it. It moved down to August. So I'm pretty anxious about this one. Loved the first one up until the last part of the game, but I can't wait to play 2.
I never beat the first one, so.
Yeah. The new one you get to play as Death. First one you were playing as War. This next one you get to play as Death. And apparently he's really brutal. He just goes out and kills people. He doesn't talk a lot. Like War was always given all these, not very long conversations, but he was at least, talking to people a little bit. Apparently Death is pretty much just closed mouth and just stabs you.
Huh. Well, I'm going to give a quick rundown of the new Walking Dead game that just came out on PC, Mac, and PS3, and Xbox today, right now, when you're listening to it. Today, it is out for Xbox. I'm not that excited because I have it on PC, so. I'll give a quick little review. I'm going to be doing a full review on YouTube. Hopefully, I can get the video out by this weekend, so stay tuned for our YouTube channel. But The Walking Dead is an awesome game from Telltale Games. They're the same people that made Tales of Monkey Island and Sam & Max, not Hit the Road, but Sam & Max, all the little, 3D, whatever. Point and click game. This one is kind of a normal adventure game mixed in with a little bit of shooting and what else? There's just so much added to this game, which is awesome. It has puzzle solving, and it kind of has that feel like you're playing. I don't know if anybody's played Jurassic Park, the game, but it has that kind of feel to it as well. But it's not all about quick time events. You actually do walk around. Like it follows the story. It's kind of like you meet up with different characters of the story. Like I met up with what's his name from the farm?
Herschel.
Herschel. You meet up with Herschel. You meet up with a bunch of variety of different characters in the first episode. It's pretty cool. It starts you out just talking to a police officer, and something happens. I don't want to give away the game. It's just if you like the show, if you like the comics and everything, you definitely have to pick this game up. I mean, it is just fantastic.
And don't you get later editions too after this? Like this is like the first story or whatever.
On PS3 and Xbox, you're going to be just buying solo episodes. There's no word of them doing a combo pack like they've done before. Right now, Steam has a combo pack, and also if you go to their website, you can buy a combo pack where it's kind of like those subscription things. You pay for the full game, which is like $23, I believe it is, $24.
Yeah.
And then you get the episodes as they come out, which is pretty cool. So the first episode, I want to say it's like 2 hours. Not that long, but when you kind of compare what you're getting for the price and how many episodes, you get 5 episodes. So 2 hours each. That's decent.
10 hours.
$20,
yeah, $20, not too bad.
So, I mean, if you're wanting to experience more Walking Dead, pick it up. I'll give a more detailed and non-babbling review later. And we also wanted to announce that Serious Sam 3 is now on Mac, and you can do cross-play with Windows users using Steam Play, or I think if you just buy Serious Sam 3 on the Mac Store, the App Store, whatever, you can still play with anybody that has the game on the, just Windows in general.
There's also a really good sale on the game going on right now. It's normally $40, I believe, on Steam. Right now, it's $13.60. It's
$13.60.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good price for it.
What is it right now? Like $30? I mean, like in normal.
Normally it's like $40, but from now up until April 30th, it's $13.60 for one copy. Or if you have 3 other friends you want to play with, you can get a 4-pack for $40.79.
I tell you what, this game is hilariously.
It is fun. Alan and I picked it up. Chris is going to be picking it up very, very soon, and maybe we can do a playthrough on our YouTube channel of all of us playing and killing and ripping out eyeballs. Unfortunately, that's all the time we got. You guys can all follow our Twitter feeds. Mine is mbufftes,
and mine's going to be cstewtes.
And mine is A Gray TES.
All right, we are on iTunes, so please subscribe to us. Please do it. Let us know what you think. We're also on YouTube. Also, join our public Steam group, Technical Earth Syndicate TES Podcast. You can look for us on Steam, and you can game with us. It'll be awesome. We love to have new people on the group, okay?
Maybe you can be in one of our Serious Sam videos.
Serious Sam. Boom. Well, thanks everyone for listening, and see you next Friday.
As we end today's episode, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Emerald Coast Productions. And to our listeners, if you have any rants, comments, or suggestions about the show, please email us at techearthsyndicate@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and remember, don't text while driving. The life you save could be mine. Until next time, this is Technical Earth Syndicate, signing off.